Welcome to upstate New York, Syracuse University, and under the dome today we have a terrific clash in store. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First down here for the offense. On the ground, it's James. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes a connection. They get him on the ground, but not before.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Spits it out to the back. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Trying to turn the corner on the left. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a third down. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Now he'll fire back into the middle. And he makes the catch at the 10. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Pressure coming. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend, don't break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They're having none of this running game down on the goal line.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score.
Well, quarterback had nowhere to go with it deep down on the field, so he found his back, just hoping he could maybe make something happen with it, but the defense rallied, made a nice tackle, setting up 4th down.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
The give is to Miller. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. Alabama quickly back to the line. He'll run it again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Wants to throw. It's Barnett. Got his man quickly. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. On the move. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
And how about the confidence? This coach is very confident. 4th down, backed up in my territory, inside my 20. And you go for it? Wow, you better get it, and you did here, so great coaching.
Still running at the 40. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. The snap sets up the throw. Makes the grab. Tripped up for the tackle. The offense in hurry-up mode.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you.
Can anyone catch him? He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Unloads quickly. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Unloads to the wideout. And the ball is intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Orange.
It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets and making the big play.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
To the air, it's Barnett. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. He's going to run it. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this.
And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
They'll try to pick up the first. At midfield, he's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, there you're seeing the mentality of this head coach in the game, going for it on 4th down. A lot of guys would have tried to kick a field goal, but I think this guy knows, hey, we're not going to win this game putting 3s up on the board. We need touchdowns. Nice attitude.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Trying to get the corner. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cuse. On to attempt the try. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Maryland just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there in College Park. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Caught close to the marker. It's Hale. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into it.
Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. They're moving quickly after that big 4th down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Alabama quickly back to the line. On the option. Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Fair catch, called for and made. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
and you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. On second down, he'll let it fly. Pocket starts to collapse. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Fires left. It's complete. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
They'll run it from the gun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. That's caught. It's James. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead's extended a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He's looking for a man on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Alabama pushing the tempo. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. From the gun, the ground game. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Feeling some heat. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly, still trying to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. They'll give it to him again. Noses his way forward, maybe gets 1. They'll mark it at the 18. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. 1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the defense was anxious to get off the ball quickly. Instead, it's just a little bit closer for the offense. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your...
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Buys a little time with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They're 3 for 4 on 4th down in this one, and they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's James. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And the pass is intercepted. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
That's a real good-looking throw, and I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up, and this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's knocked away and incomplete, denying a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up.
17, Alabama 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Quick pass on the jet motion. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Back to throw. It's Barnett. Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Missed it, no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
First down here for the offense. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Offense breaks the huddle on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
And they are not making a move to the special teams. They are already 0 for 6 on fourth down. Why not go for 0 for 7? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on fourth down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Really nice job by the defense getting that last stop. All third downs in games are important, but this one just feels like it's the biggest down of this game right now for this defense. If they can get off the field, they've got to give it back to their offense with as much time as possible to have a chance to...
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here comes the offense on first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. They'll try to pick up a few here on third down, but from here it will be a 60-yard attempt. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the gun. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Miller with the ball. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on third down, and life is much better. Here comes the option. Quick toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory, as we have victory formation coming.
And you've got to feel good if you're this offense, right? To come out and to make as many plays as you did in front of your home crowd.
The Orange will have to punt. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Syracuse will be forced to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Syracuse will send out the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the